Hi everybody and welcome back to Scrap Edit Creations. I'm Diane and today I'm going to be sharing some layouts I created over the last couple of days using the layout kit idea packet I purchased from Julie Carriere. I am excited to share these with you, so I hope you enjoy them. Let's get sharing. Okay, so today's share is some layouts I did. Now, I purchased the Sentimental Christmas workshop from Julie Carriere. I'm sure I'm saying her name wrong, and I'm so sorry. I will try to figure that out in the future if I buy more kits from her or more instruction packets. So I fell in love with this paper I fell in love with the layout she did with this paper. When I first saw this paper, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. And as I kind of was looking at it a little more and more, I decided, yeah, this would probably really fit with some of the older pictures I have. And now when I'm saying older, I mean like 1989. But they just feel a little more dated. And so some of the papers that you can get now feel almost too bright, too present when you're doing a layout versus some of the pictures not being as good. The pictures were not as good back then. So I have pictures of my kids and I wanted to do some fun layouts. So I did the 12 by 12 for Nancy, and isn't this beautiful? I ended up using Christmas is Better Together. I didn't buy the stamp set that went with this, but the Reindeer Fun has this Christmas is Better Together. And then this one down here, I actually had put down Feeling Merry, and I did it all with gold embossing powder, but it kind of blurred and you couldn't see it, so I just covered it up. And then I wasn't sure about the title. I was hesitant on that. I'd gotten this on Temu. It's Christmas words, but all of them just felt off. But this tree cut beautifully, and I thought it looked really nice there. So I added that. Let's see, on that side, that's everything over there. This layout has pecan pie ink, okay? And it uses, oh, here they are. I've got everything kind of piled next to me in different piles. This Christmas bird poinsettia, and it is an amazing stamp set, die set. It cuts beautifully too. So we've got this evergreenish type branch, twig thingy here. I call this berries. We've got the poinsettia. We've got holly leaves. This is the bird. Here's some berries. These are bits for the bird. We've got this leaf, and then we've got the candy cane. And I will say, if you cut out this candy cane, put it together right away, because I made little piles and then I had to assemble later. It was not as good. Uses the Stampin' Up! Mini alphabet, which Christmas traditions. And then it also uses the Spotlight on Nature dies. And I liked how she did it. I hadn't thought about it before, but you've got let me grab actually. These are done in vellum. So you've got one of them with that ridging on it. And then when you put this over it, you can kind of see the ridging through it. And I feel like, oh yeah, there it is. Okay, this one has ridges too. And you can even see it. Well, I can see it. You might not be able to. The ridging through, if I do vellum on vellum. The paper I used for the flowers here and this piece and this piece, I used a pearlescent paper from Stampin' Up! That I got right when I went back to Stampin' Up! And then there's a trio of metallic enamel effects, and I just kind of painted it on here. And then I have dazzling diamonds, which I've been hoarding them because they're no longer available. And as it was wet, I sprinkled on some dazzling diamonds to kind of sparkle it up. So I did that. We've got garden green, we've got shaded spruce, and then this is a gold metallic paper, same as this one. I couldn't find mine. I found my gold now, but I couldn't find it at the time. And so Nancy was kind enough to send some over. So this is actually hers. It's a little less shiny. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful paper. Let's see what else. I changed out the flower centers. I did not use the bits. Instead, I decided to go with the stuff I always forget the title of, adhesive backed metallic gems. I need to buy actually more of these because I only have 2 more packages and then little bits, and I keep using them because they are amazing. I went with gold here on the metallic gems around here and then here, just kept with the gold theme for this layout. So then I did mine. Now I actually videotaped it, but uh, my microphone kept having some trouble, and Miranda's having some trouble. So I would have to stop and come back, and I kept losing my place, what we were doing, how things were. So I just kind of gave up on the whole videoing this as I can see that there's a bunch of glitter. There's glitter everywhere. And I decided I was just going to finish them and share them. So it's just a little easier right now. Miranda does have a double ear infection. So I contacted the doctor again after 6 days of medicine. She's not doing real good, and we're going to extend the medicine out and then go see the doctor. So she's being taken care of, but it's been a little more challenging to get some stuff done, especially with the holidays. So I cut this paper right here to 3 1/4, and I cut this one, if I remember correctly, it was 5 inches. Yes, 5 inches. Okay, and then I cut off, let me grab these little pieces I've got over here. So it would have been like, well, I don't know where it was from. Maybe it was from here. I cut off the end. So when you're doing an 8.5 by 11 1/4 layout, you have 3.5 inches that you cut off. So I cut off 3.5 inches on the left side and the right side so that it would kind of gather here rather than on like this 12 by 12 where it kind of scoops here. My layout is going to scoop together instead. A little bit of, like not great transition parts, but I don't think it's as noticeable, and I really do like how it turned out. I did cut this a little smaller. I used the embellishments. The other thing I did change was I cut the candy cane. So I put it in at the top and then I cut a little tiny section, maybe about 1/4 of an inch off of it, and then put the bottom on so that it elongated it, because over here, I ended up using 2 candy canes, but you can't really see the bottom piece. So if you do this set, I would recommend cutting that candy cane. It's an adorable candy cane. Okay, I didn't add any verbiage here or here, and this is where I put those circles, and I did cut them in half. So I have, I have these left over for a future layout. The other thing, I had already given Nancy back all of her the gold paper, so all I had was this paper, and it's kind of an antique gold. It's not as shiny, and I cut a few extra pieces like the berries, some hollies and stuff, so that it tied in with the title. And I went with Christmas Eve. Now this was Allie's first Christmas in 1989. And for dinner, we had, I believe it was prime rib. She has a bone and she's chewing on it. And so I focused this first layout on her Christmas dinner, because here's everybody having dinner. Here she is sitting there with that bone, having an amazing time, just the bone. And she's still in the bib here, even though she's not at the table. I just thought, those kind of tie in. So that's why I kept those there. I do have a small space here. I can add some journaling about Christmas dinner. So I will do that in the future. I just have to, honestly, I'm going to have my husband write it out because he's so great with the verbiage. So then we have the other portion of Christmas Eve, which was where we were doing gifts and just seeing, family time and everything. Another word on these pictures is I did scan them all in. They did not scan great. And so I'm kind of panicking about 1990s pictures because we have Lizzie then and I need double copies. So I've got to learn how to better scan pictures. just because I'm going to need 2 sets. But we have Allie here. She's in the same outfit as the prior pictures, just doesn't have the bib on, but she is kind of walking around, kind of skirting around this little ottoman. And so I wanted to make sure I included that. And then she's with my Uncle Terry, who has passed on, my dad, my cousin Kent. Here's my Uncle Terry again, and my Grandma Vi. They have both passed on. My sister. And then here's the 3 of us, a little family picture, and just me and Allie, and my sister, or Allie, my sister, and I, however you want to word it. And then just Allie. I had one other picture, and I set it off to the side. I think she was kind of helping me open a gift or something here. And I like this picture, but I just couldn't get it to really feel like it fit anywhere. It just was out of place. So that's the one that I omitted. I had love, peace, joy, or joy, peace, love. I had words here. I didn't care for them. And so what I did was this new open weave trim. I just put it over the paper. And now I have some time to kind of think about a better title for this. And it looks really pretty because I didn't like just this evergreen. No, this is shaded spruce paper here by itself. It looked a little weird. So with this layout, what I did is I used scraps. So after, this is what you cut out of the center to achieve these pieces here. So this is just the center piece here. And I had these left over, and then I have a sheet of this and then scraps. And so I wanted to come up with a second layout using the same papers because it is Christmas Eve still. And I'm still kind of having a hard time. I did ink all around the paper in the pecan pie. I like that part, but there's just a lot of white. And so I'm not sure what I want to do about that yet, because I feel like if I kind of sponge in some brown of the pecan pie, it's going to be a little too dark. And I tried green, I tried red as like background papers, and it was a little too intense. So I'm kind of hesitant to do anything quite yet. The other color that has been mentioned for this paper was Lost Lagoon. I have Lagoon from Close to My Heart, but I do not have Lost Lagoon from Stampin' Up. So I don't know. I kind of don't feel like it's the right color, but we'll see. Glacier actually might be a good color to put in here. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try it on a separate sheet of paper and kind of slide it under. We'll see. Okay, so back to sizes. What I did here, because I had a bigger sheet, I was able to get, let's see here, how big is that? 6.5 by 8 for this piece right here. And it fit the pictures. So I kind of cut this to the picture size versus making it and then putting them on. Over here, I'm very limited by, I have a little under 5.5. So I cut this piece here, which made this one, I am not seeing my ruler. Oh, there it is. Okay, this will help me immensely. Okay, so we have a little over 1.5 here because I wanted to make sure that I was getting as much of the candy cane in pieces here. So I cut that for here, 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 and here using just one sheet. So with this sheet, cutting both of these, I was able to get all 4 of those. So that was great. Then I have this piece right here, which is here. So I cut this down to 8 inches by the 5.5. My pictures are bigger than that, so I had to wait and put this down and then put the pictures on top afterwards. This is 1.5 in the shaded spruce. I did cut a little strip of this red right here, not off of this one. It was off of the same sheet of this piece, which, okay, I just had my ruler. There you are. This piece right here is 5 inches. So this was left over from one of the cuts I did. So I just cut this one to, I think it's 2 by 5 and 2 by 5. And then I did cover it up, of course, with these flagged pieces. But I had a center area that had this strip, so I cut that. I cut 1/8 by 8 inches of the what is this? This is the antique gold here, 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 and here. This is 2 by, I want it's 2 by 6, and then it's covered up here and here, which actually, no, it would be 2 by 5.5 because it's whatever was left over. I used actually 2 of these sheets. So then we have this piece right here. On the back of this, we have this long strip. And so after I had gotten these edge pieces and what I needed for here and here and here, I had some of these just kind of like this, where I had these pieces here, and I just cut these to make these 4 pieces so that I would have an additional paper on there, because I felt like it needed another paper. So we've got the shaded spruce here, which is 2 inches, and this is probably 2 by maybe, I don't, because it's covered now, maybe 2 by 4. And then again up here, just again, scrap pieces, scrap pieces, scrap pieces, scrap pieces, and it's all covered up. It covers beautifully. It works really well together. The cues feel nice, and this feels like a good second layout. So you would basically, in her book, have this piece, then that would close, and you would have this piece. And so it just kind of flows right in, same pictures. These I had for the second layout. I now need to cut some more flowers. I do not have any more of this pearlescent paper, so I'll have to do something else. But I use these for layout number 2 on my layouts for layout number 1. I know, tongue twistery in the brain. Did the same thing with the candy canes. I had, when you cut out a candy cane and then you cut another one out to do the red bits, you basically get 2. So I assembled 4 of them for each layout. And so I was able to have 2 on the first one, 2 on the second one. Same bits here. I do not have that additional gold, but I did cut some more of the holly in the shaded spruce to add into here. But kept them simple, used the gold again for centers and for the trios here for these groupings. But then I had the problem here where I had put the title words down, ended up not liking it, actually pulled it off, and then I just put a piece of paper there, this shaded spruce, but it really stood out. And so I was really like, do I do another title? I don't know what I want there. I didn't like what I had. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And so then when I had this close to my desk, and I was like, this is perfect. Now, I still have not looked up if this was something in the Christmas that I got it with a set I bought, and I feel like it's with one of the new party sets. But isn't it beautiful? I mean, it just fits perfect. It's beautiful. I will say it was not the easiest to tack down, though. How I tacked it down was I put a strip of glue up here, and then I anchored it here with the photos, and then I put it underneath this little 1/8 strip of the antique gold. And that seems to be holding it down. Now, when I put letters over the top of it, somehow it will all fit better. I can put some journaling over here. I can also probably put some here, but I think right here is where I'll focus on getting some kind of journaling going. I am trying to think if there is anything else on these pages. So let me show you some close-ups, and then I will let you get back to your day. So we have the 12 by 12, which is absolutely beautiful. I like it with the 2 candy canes on each side, just because the candy canes are absolutely adorable. So that is this layout. So layout number 1, technically, which I will not be sharing sizes because that is in conflict to Julie's kit. If you want that, please go to her website. Again, I'll have links on my blog to it. I will have the sizes and everything for my layouts, which are a little different. Not much, but a little. Okay, so here is mine, my version for the smaller one. And this is the second one. I don't care for the fact that there's this huge gaping hole right here with letters, but it was no matter how I lined up the words, it wasn't going to be perfect. And then we have the second page for the Christmas Eve. Again, the pictures are more dated, so it really did need more of a vintagey style. So that is why I wanted to go with these papers. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming to play today. I will have some more videos coming up soon with the other two layouts because I want to get a few of the years of Christmas done and just have a wonderful holiday season. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and play today. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. Leave a comment and have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.